Tonight, something extraordinary is about to happen to you. You didn't stumble upon this video by accident. There are no accidents. Carl Jung himself understood this. He called it synchronicity. The universe doesn't operate on coincidence. It operates on connection. If you're watching this right now, at this exact moment in your life, you've been chosen. Not by me, not by chance, but by something far greater than we can fully comprehend. Before the sun rises again, a rare spiritual awakening will touch your consciousness. An ancient power, dormant within you for years, perhaps lifetimes, is about to activate. But here's what you need to understand. This isn't about magic. This isn't about wishful thinking. This is about psychological metamorphosis, a concept that Carl Jung spent his entire life studying, and one that will transform everything you thought you knew about yourself. I'm going to share with you something that the chosen ones throughout history have always known. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why you've been feeling different lately, why you've been pulled toward deeper truths, and why tonight marks the beginning of your true spiritual emergence. Stay with me. Every word in this video has been carefully chosen, because what I'm about to reveal will not just inform you, it will transform you. Part 1. The signs you've been chosen. Let's start with a question that's been burning in your mind. How do you know if you're truly one of the chosen ones? Carl Jung discovered something profound in his research, that certain individuals undergo what he called individuation. This is the process of becoming who you truly are, not who society told you to be. The chosen ones. They're the individuals who hear the call to individuation. And that call, it doesn't come gently. Sign 1, the sacred solitude. You've noticed something strange lately. While everyone else seems content with surface-level interactions, you crave solitude. Not because you're antisocial, but because in silence, you hear something others don't. Jung called this listening to the self, capital S. The self, with a capital S, is your higher consciousness, your soul's true voice. The chosen ones don't fear being alone. They fear ignoring that voice. If you've been feeling an almost magnetic pull toward solitude, toward meditation, toward sitting with your own thoughts, that's not isolation. That's initiation. Sign 2, the dark night of the soul. Here's something most spiritual teachers won't tell you. Being chosen doesn't feel good at first. It feels like everything is falling apart. Jung understood this deeply. He called it the confrontation with the shadow. You've probably experienced this, period where everything you thought was stable crumbled, relationships ended, jobs fell through. Your old identity dissolved. The chosen ones aren't spared from darkness. They're forged through it. Your dark night wasn't a punishment, it was a preparation. Every chosen one in history, from Buddha to Christ to Jung himself, walked through the valley of shadows before they found their light. If you've survived your darkest hour and you're watching this now, you've passed the first test. Sign 3. Synchronicities are everywhere. Numbers repeating. Songs playing at the exact right moment. Thoughts manifesting into reality faster than ever before. Jung devoted years to studying synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that defy logical explanation. He discovered that as individuals approach awakening, the membrane between their inner world and outer reality becomes thin. You're not going crazy. You're becoming conscious. The chosen ones live in a reality where thought and matter dance together, where intention shapes experience. If you've been seeing repeated numbers, especially 1111, 333, or 444, type them in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are experiencing this together. Sign 4. You feel ancient. Despite your physical age, you feel old. Not tired old, soul old. Jung called this the old soul phenomenon. Some spirits have incarnated many times, gathering wisdom across lifetimes. If you've always felt out of step with your generation, if you understand things you've never been taught, if you possess wisdom that can't be explained by your experiences, you're remembering, not learning. The chosen ones aren't. Starting from zero, they're continuing. A journey that began long before this lifetime. Sign 5, extreme empathy and energy sensitivity. You walk into a room and immediately feel the emotional temperature. You know what someone's going to say before they speak. You absorb the energy around you like a spiritual sponge. Jung understood that the chosen ones have what he called heightened psychic sensitivity. This isn't a superpower, it's a responsibility. You're feeling more because you're meant to heal more. But here's the catch. Until you learn to protect and channel this sensitivity, it will exhaust you. We'll talk about how to harness this power in a moment. Sign 6, the call you can't ignore. There's something you're meant to do. You don't fully understand it yet, but you feel it pulling at you constantly. A mission, a purpose, a calling that won't let you rest. Jung called this the individuation imperative. Your soul knows why it came here, even if your conscious mind hasn't caught up yet. The chosen ones can't live ordinary lives because they have extraordinary missions. That restlessness you feel? That's not anxiety. That's your purpose knocking. Sign 7, you're watching this video. And here's the final sign, the one that confirms everything. You found this video at this exact moment. Despite the millions of videos on YouTube, despite infinite distractions, despite everything competing for your attention, you're here. Jung would say this is no accident. This is synchronicity at work. Your higher self guided you here because it's time. Time to stop questioning whether you're chosen. Time to start activating what's been dormant inside you. So now you know. You are without question one of the chosen ones. But here's the crucial question. What happens next? Part 2. Jung's hidden teachings on spiritual awakening. Carl Gustav Jung wasn't just a psychologist. He was a mystic, a shaman in a scientist's clothing. And what he discovered about human consciousness was so profound, so revolutionary, that even today most people don't fully grasp its implications. Let me take you deeper into Jung's secret teachings, the knowledge he reserved for his most advanced students. Jung mapped the human psyche like no one before him. He understood that consciousness isn't just what we're aware of right now. It's like an iceberg, and what we see above water is just a fraction of what exists below. The ego. This is who you think you are. Your name, your story, your personality. But Jung knew this was the smallest part of you. The personal unconscious. Just below the surface lie all the memories, traumas, and experiences you've forgotten or repressed. This is your individual history, the collective unconscious. And here's where it gets mystical. Jung discovered a layer of consciousness that belongs to all of humanity. Ancient symbols, universal myths, primordial fears, and aspirations, all stored in a vast psychic library that every human soul can access. When you're awakening as a chosen one, you're not just accessing your personal power, you're downloading from the collective unconscious. You're tapping into the wisdom of every enlightened being who ever lived. Now, let's talk about something crucial, something that will determine whether your awakening succeeds or fails. Jung's most dangerous teaching. Your greatest power lies in your darkest shadows. Most spiritual teachings tell you to focus on the light, to be positive, to transcend darkness. Jung said the opposite. He insisted that we must integrate our shadow, all the parts of ourselves we've rejected, denied, or hidden. Your anger, your jealousy, your desires, your fears. These aren't obstacles to enlightenment, they're fuel for it. Think about it. Every villain in mythology possesses incredible power. They're just using it wrong. When you reject your shadow, that power doesn't disappear. It goes underground and sabotages you. But when you integrate it, acknowledge it, befriend it, you become unstoppable. The chosen ones aren't more enlightened because they have less shadow. They're more enlightened because they've made peace with their shadows. They've transformed their demons into allies. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do something powerful. Ask yourself, what part of me have I been refusing to accept? Don't run from the answer. That's your shadow trying to gift you power. Jung discovered that within the collective unconscious exist universal patterns he called archetypes. These are like spiritual software running in the background of human consciousness. The chosen ones? They learn to consciously activate these archetypes. The hero. This is the part of you that overcomes obstacles and answers the call to adventure. When you face your fears, you're activating the hero. The sage, the wisdom keeper within you. This archetype awakens when you seek knowledge and truth. The magician, The transformer, the alchemist. This archetype manipulates reality, turns lead into gold, creates change through will and intention. The lover, not just romance. This is the part of you that connects deeply, that finds beauty, that experiences passion for life itself. Here's what Jung knew. Average people are puppets of their archetypes. The chosen ones become conductors of them. You stop being controlled by these patterns and start orchestrating them consciously. Which archetype are you most drawn to? That's the one trying to activate in you right now. We touched on this earlier, but let's go deeper. Jung's concept of synchronicity literally challenges everything science tells us about reality. He proposed that there's a causal connecting principle in the universe, meaning things can be connected without physical cause and effect. Your inner state can influence outer events. Your thoughts can attract experiences. Your consciousness can shape reality. This isn't law of attraction oversimplification. This is quantum psychology. Jung understood decades before quantum physics proved it. Consciousness and matter are inseparable. When you're awakening, synchronicities increase exponentially. Why? Because the boundary between your inner world and outer world is dissolving. You're beginning to live in what Jung called unus mundus, the unified world where psyche and matter are one. The rare power hitting your spirit tonight? It's this, the ability to live in conscious synchronicity, to co-create with the universe, to dance with reality instead of being thrown around by it. But Jung warned of something critical. Awakening without preparation can destroy you. Spiritual power without psychological integration creates what he called inflation, a dangerous ego expansion that leads to delusion. So before we activate this power tonight, we need to prepare you properly. We need to ensure you're ready to hold this energy. Part 3, the preparation ritual. We're now approaching the most important part of this journey. What I'm about to share with you isn't theory, it's practice. This is the actual protocol for activating the dormant power within you. But first, let me be absolutely clear. This isn't a game. This isn't entertainment. What we're about to do together will create real psychological and spiritual shifts. Jung himself experienced spontaneous visions, encounters with autonomous inner figures, and reality-altering synchronicities when he did this work. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Before we can access higher consciousness, we must be fully anchored in this moment. Paradoxically, transcendence requires complete presence. Close your eyes for a moment, or soften your gaze if you need to keep watching. Take 3 deep breaths, not shallow chest breaths, deep belly breaths. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Release for 6. Good. You're already beginning to shift your state. Breathe normally now, but maintain that awareness. Jung taught that the body is the gateway to the unconscious. When you anchor in your body, you create a stable foundation for spiritual ascent. Feel your feet. Whether you're sitting or standing, feel the connection to the earth below you. This isn't metaphor, this is physics. You are electrically connected to the planet. Ground yourself in that connection. Now let's do something powerful. Jung called this active imagination, the practice of consciously engaging with your unconscious contents. I want you to visualize a version of yourself that's fully awakened. Don't force an image, let it arise naturally. This is your higher self, your fully individuated consciousness. What do they look like? How do they carry themselves? What's the expression in their eyes? This isn't fantasy. According to Jung, this is a real aspect of your psyche that exists in the eternal present, the you that you're becoming. Now here's the key. Ask this higher version of yourself a question. Silently in your mind, ask, what do I most need to know right now? Don't judge what comes. Don't dismiss it. Your higher self speaks in symbols, in feelings, in sudden knowing. Whatever came to you just now, that's your first download of the evening. Now we address the shadow. This might be uncomfortable, but it's essential. Jung discovered that every awakening is blocked by unintegrated shadow material. The parts of yourself you judge, reject, or refuse to acknowledge create energetic blockages that prevent your full power from flowing. Think of someone who irritates you intensely, someone whose behavior triggers you. Got someone in mind? Here's the uncomfortable truth Jung taught. Whatever you strongly dislike in others exists within you. That person is a mirror showing you your unintegrated shadow. This doesn't mean you're secretly a bad person. It means you've repressed certain energies or qualities. When you see them in others, you react strongly because you're actually reacting to the internal conflict. Now do this. Say internally, I recognize that whatever quality bothers you exists within me too. I accept this part of myself. I integrate this energy. Feel that? That's resistance dissolving. That's power returning to you. When you stop fighting your shadow, you reclaim the energy you were using to repress it. Now we're going to consciously activate the four primary archetypes that govern spiritual awakening. Activating the hero. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the beating. Say internally or out loud, I am the hero of my own story. I accept the call to adventure. I face my fears with courage. Feel that archetype lighting up within you. The hero isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to try, willing to fail, willing to rise again. Activating the sage. Touch your fingertips to your forehead, your third eye center. Say, I am connected to infinite wisdom. I trust my inner knowing. I see beyond appearances to truth. The sage archetype connects you to the collective unconscious, to all knowledge. When you activate this, you begin receiving downloads, insights, sudden understanding of complex things. Activating the magician. Extend your hands outward, palms up. Say, I am a conscious creator. My thoughts shape my reality. I transform my world through intention and will. The magician isn't about supernatural powers. It's about understanding that consciousness affects matter. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a co-creator of experience. Activating the lover. Place both hands on your heart center. Say, I am connected to all of life. I experience beauty and passion fully. I love deeply and authentically. The lover archetype opens your heart, allowing you to receive and transmit higher frequencies of energy. This is how you connect with others, with nature, with the divine. Can you feel them? These aren't just words. These are activations. You've just turned on spiritual software that most people never consciously engage with. Now for the most powerful part of the preparation. Opening yourself to synchronicity. Jung understood that synchronicity requires a specific state of consciousness. You must be simultaneously focused and receptive, intentional yet open, directing energy while allowing flow. Here's how we do it. Think of something you desire, not a specific outcome, but a quality of experience. Maybe it's clarity, maybe it's peace, maybe it's purpose, maybe it's love. Now, instead of trying to force it or figure out how to get it, simply expect it. Hold the frequency of already having it. Jung called this participating in the reality you wish to create. Say internally, I am open to synchronicity. I trust the universe to guide me. I expect miracles disguised as coincidences. Over the next 24 hours, watch what happens. Pay attention to unusual coincidences, unexpected encounters, opportunities appearing out of nowhere. These aren't random. They're responses to the frequency you just broadcast. One more crucial step before we activate the full power. Protection. When you increase your spiritual energy, you become more sensitive to all energies, including lower vibrations. Jung understood this, which is why he always emphasized the importance of psychic boundaries. Visualize a sphere of white or golden light surrounding your entire body, extending about 3 feet in all directions. This is your energetic boundary. Say internally, I am protected by divine light. Only energies that serve my highest good may enter my field. All else is returned to source with love. This isn't superstition, this is energetic hygiene. You're programming your subconscious to filter what you absorb from your environment. You're now prepared. Your consciousness is aligned. Your archetypes are activated. Your shadow is beginning to integrate. Your energy is protected. Now, we activate the rare power that will transform you tonight. Part 4. The activation, rare power transmission. What you're about to experience is what Jung called numinous encounter, a direct experience of the sacred, the transcendent, the divine. This isn't something I'm giving you. This is something you're remembering. The power was always within you. We're simply removing the blocks that prevented you from accessing it. Right now, at this very moment, take the deepest breath you've taken all day. As you breathe in, imagine you're inhaling pure consciousness, pure light, pure potential. Hold it for a moment at the top, and as you release, imagine every limitation, every doubt, every fear leaving your body with that exhale. Do this 2 more times. Deep inhalation of light, complete exhalation of limitation. Now, keeping your eyes closed or softly focused, I want you to feel into your chest cavity, your heart center. This is where Jung believed the self resided, the God image within the human psyche. There's a warmth there, a light. Maybe it's small right now, like a pilot light on a furnace, but it's there. Can you feel it? Good. Now with your intention, with your conscious awareness, begin to feed that light. Imagine it growing brighter with each breath, growing warmer, expanding. This is your divine spark, your connection to infinite consciousness. Jung called it the self, capital. This is who you really are beneath all the conditioning, beneath all the stories, beneath all the fear. Let it expand beyond your physical body. Let it fill the room you're in. Let it extend outward into the space around you. You are not contained by your skin. You are a field of consciousness temporarily playing in a physical form. Now here comes the activation moment. Listen carefully. I'm going to ask you to do something that might feel strange. But trust me, this is how Jung activated his own patient's transformation. I want you to speak directly to your unconscious mind. Say out loud or very firmly internally. I am ready, I am willing, I am open. Activate my highest potential now. Say it like you mean it, with authority. This isn't begging, this is commanding your own consciousness to remember its power. Did you feel that? That slight shift, that tingling, that sudden rush of energy or emotion? That's the activation beginning. Your consciousness is now open to receive. Jung discovered that in these heightened states, individuals can access what he called the collective unconscious, the vast repository of human wisdom and archetypal knowledge. Right now, without trying to force anything, allow insights to come. They might arrive as sudden understanding of a problem you've been struggling with, a creative solution you hadn't considered, a memory rising up that needs to be healed, a knowing about your life purpose, visual symbols or images, simply a feeling of profound peace or clarity. Don't judge what comes. Don't try to make sense of it immediately. Just receive. For those of you experiencing visions or symbols right now, write them down as soon as this video ends. Jung taught that the unconscious speaks in the language of symbols. What seems random is actually deeply meaningful. Your psyche is communicating with you. Now let's anchor this activation in your neurology. Jung understood that lasting transformation requires creating new neural pathways. Think about who you were yesterday. The old version of yourself with all the old limitations, the old beliefs, the old patterns. Now I want you to consciously release that identity. Say internally, I release who I was. I am not my past. I am not my story. I am infinite potential. Good. Now feel into who you're becoming. The awakened you, the empowered you, the you that's tapped into this rare power. How does this version of you think? How do they speak? How do they move through the world? How do they respond to challenges? This isn't imagination, this is neuroplasticity. By vividly experiencing this new identity, you're creating new neural connections. Your brain is literally rewiring right now. And here's what Jung knew. The unconscious cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you rehearse this new identity intensely enough, your subconscious accepts it as real. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you always were. Now we integrate this power into every aspect of your being. Place your awareness at the base of your spine. Jung understood the chakra system, though he called it by different names. This is your root, your connection to the earth, to survival, to physical reality. Send that activated light from your heart down into your root. Feel it anchoring your spiritual power in practical reality. You're not just experiencing mystical highs, you're grounding this power so you can use it in daily life. Now move your awareness up to your belly, your power center. This is where your will resides. Send the light here. Feel your personal power amplifying. your ability to take action, to create, to manifest. You're now prepared. Your consciousness is aligned. Your archetypes are activated. Your shadow is beginning to integrate. Your energy is protected. Now, we activate the rare power that will transform you tonight. Part 4, the activation, rare power transmission. What you're about to experience is what Jung called numinous encounter, a direct experience of the sacred, the transcendent, the divine. This isn't something I'm giving you. This is something you're remembering. The power was always within you. We're simply removing the blocks that prevented you from accessing it. Right now, at this very moment, take the deepest breath you've taken all day. As you breathe in, imagine you're inhaling pure consciousness, pure light, pure potential. Hold it for a moment at the top, and as you release, imagine every limitation, every doubt, every fear leaving your body with that exhale. Do this 2 more times. Deep inhalation of light, complete exhalation of limitation. Now, keeping your eyes closed or softly focused, I want you to feel into your chest cavity, your heart center. This is where Jung believed the self resided, the God image within the human psyche. There's a warmth there, a light. Maybe it's small right now, like a pilot light on a furnace, but it's there. Can you feel it? Good. Now, with your intention, with your conscious awareness, begin to feed that light. Imagine it growing brighter with each breath, growing warmer, expanding. This is your divine spark, your connection to infinite consciousness. Jung called it the self, capital S. This is who you really are beneath all the conditioning, beneath all the stories, beneath all the fear. Let it expand beyond your physical body. Let it fill the room you're in. Let it extend outward into the space around you. You are not contained by your skin. You are a field of consciousness temporarily playing in a physical form. Now here comes the activation moment. Listen carefully. I'm going to ask you to do something that might feel strange, but trust me, this is how Jung activated his own patient's transformation. I want you to speak directly to your unconscious mind. Say out loud or very firmly internally. I am ready, I am willing, I am open. Activate my highest potential now. Say it like you mean it, with authority. This isn't begging, this is commanding your own consciousness to remember its power. Did you feel that? That slight shift, that tingling, that sudden rush of energy or emotion? That's the activation beginning. Your consciousness is now open to receive. Jung discovered that in these heightened states, individuals can access what he called the collective unconscious, the vast repository of human wisdom and archetypal knowledge. Right now, without trying to force anything, allow insights to come. They might arrive as sudden understanding of a problem you've been struggling with, a creative solution you hadn't considered, a memory rising up that needs to be healed, a knowing about your life purpose, visual symbols or images, simply a feeling of profound peace or clarity. Don't judge what comes. Don't try to make sense of it immediately. Just receive. For those of you experiencing visions or symbols right now, write them down as soon as this video ends. Jung taught that the unconscious speaks in the language of symbols. What seems random is actually deeply meaningful. Your psyche is communicating with you. Now let's anchor this activation in your neurology. Jung understood that lasting transformation requires creating new neural pathways. Think about who you were yesterday. The old version of yourself with all the old limitations, the old beliefs, the old patterns. Now I want you to consciously release that identity. Say internally, I release who I was. I am not my past. I am not my story. I am infinite potential. Good. Now feel into who you're becoming. The awakened you. The empowered you. The you that's tapped into this rare power. How does this version of you think? How do they speak? How do they move through the world? How do they respond to challenges? This isn't imagination, this is neuroplasticity. By vividly experiencing this new identity, you're creating new neural connections. Your brain is literally rewiring right now. And here's what Jung knew. The unconscious cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you rehearse this new identity intensely enough, your subconscious accepts it as real. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you always were. Now we integrate this power into every aspect of your being. Place your awareness at the base of your spine. Jung understood the chakra system, though he called it by different names. This is your root, your connection to the earth, to survival, to physical reality. Send that activated light from your heart down into your root. Feel it anchoring your spiritual power in practical reality. You're not just experiencing mystical highs, you're grounding this power so you can use it in daily life. Now move your awareness up to your belly, your power center. This is where your will resides. Send the light here. Feel your personal power amplifying. Your ability to take action, to create, to manifest. The light moves up to your solar plexus, your emotional center. Let the light burn away old emotional patterns, old reactions, old trauma. Feel yourself becoming emotionally sovereign, able to feel deeply without being controlled by feelings. Back to your heart, the center of it all. Let the light expand here. This is love, connection, compassion for yourself and others. A heart awakened is a heart that can hold the suffering and joy of existence simultaneously. Up to your throat, your voice, your truth, your expression. Feel the light clearing away any fear of speaking your truth, of being seen, of being heard. The chosen ones have messages to deliver. Your voice matters. To your third eye, the center of your forehead, your intuition, your vision, your ability to see beyond the physical. Feel your psychic senses activating. You're becoming more sensitive to energy, to truth, to the unseen, and finally, to the crown of your head. Your connection to divine consciousness, to the infinite, to God or source or universal mind, whatever term resonates with you. Feel the top of your head opening like a lotus. You are a conduit between heaven and earth. Now, feel all these centers, from root to crown, lit up and connected by this column of light, running through your core. You are fully activated, fully online, fully awake. We need to seal this activation so it doesn't dissipate when you return to ordinary consciousness. Place both hands over your heart. Feel the warmth, the energy, the power radiating from your chest. Say with absolute conviction, this power is now permanently activated within me. I am forever changed. I am awakened. I am chosen. So it is. Take one final deep breath, pulling all of this energy into every cell of your body, holding it, and releasing with a sense of completion. The activation is complete, but the journey is just beginning. Part 5. Living as the Awakened One. You've just undergone a profound transformation. The power has been activated. But here's what Jung would tell you right now. The real work begins when you open your eyes and return to your ordinary life. Awakening isn't an escape from reality, it's a full engagement with it at a deeper level. Over the next 72 hours, you're going to notice things. Pay attention. This is the integration phase. You might experience heightened emotional sensitivity. You're processing old energy that's been stuck. Let it move through you. Cry if you need to. Laugh if you need to. Don't suppress what's arising. Increased synchronicities. We talked about this earlier. They're going to intensify. Keep a journal. Document what happens. You're learning the language of your awakened consciousness. Physical sensations, tingling, heat, energy moving through your body. This is normal when your energetic system is recalibrating. Jung called these somatic experiences of psychic transformation. Relationship shifts. Some connections will naturally fall away. Others will deepen. This isn't cruel, it's alignment. The chosen ones outgrow relationships that no longer match their frequency. Sudden clarity about your purpose? You might wake up tomorrow knowing exactly what you're meant to do. Or you might receive pieces of the puzzle over time. Trust the timing. Jung didn't believe in passive spirituality. He believed in active engagement with your own transformation. Here are the non-negotiable practices for maintaining your activation. Morning practice, the conscious awakening. 10 minutes. Before you check your phone, before you engage with the external world, spend 10 minutes in conscious contact with your activated self. 3 minutes of conscious breathing. 3 minutes of active imagination, dialogue with your higher self. 3 minutes of intention setting. How will you embody your power today? 1 minute of gratitude. This programs your subconscious at the start of each day. You're choosing to live from your awakened state rather than Reacting from old conditioning. Midday practice, the reality check. 5 minutes. Set an alarm for midday. When it goes off, pause. Ask yourself, am I present or am I on autopilot? Am I acting from my awakened self or my conditioned self? What synchronicities have I noticed today? This prevents you from sleepwalking through your day. The chosen ones stay conscious. Evening practice, integration and reflection, 15 minutes. Before sleep, review your day. Journal any synchronicities, insights, or unusual experiences. Acknowledge where you successfully embodied your power. Identify where you fell back into old patterns without judgment. Express gratitude for your continued awakening. Jung kept detailed journals of his own psychological and spiritual experiences. This practice makes unconscious patterns conscious. Weekly practice. Shadow work. 30 minutes. Once a week, sit with the question, what am I avoiding looking at? The shadow doesn't go away just because you've awakened. It requires ongoing integration. What are you judging in yourself or others? Where are you being inauthentic? What desires are you suppressing? Write it out. Speak it out loud. Own it. This is how you stay psychologically integrated as your power grows. Jung warned about something most spiritual teachers ignore. Awakening has a shadow side. As your power activates, you might experience spiritual ego, thinking you're superior to those who aren't awakened. This is actually a sign you're not as awakened as you think. True awakening includes humility, isolation, feeling so different from others that you withdraw completely. Remember, the chosen ones aren't chosen to escape the world. They're chosen to transform it. Inflation. Identifying too strongly with archetypal energies and losing your human groundedness. You're a human having a spiritual experience, not a god in a human body. Fear of losing the awakening. Anxiety that you'll fall back asleep. Trust this. Once you've genuinely awakened, you can't fully return to unconsciousness. You might have sleepy moments, but you've crossed a threshold. The remedy for all these shadows? Honesty, community, continued practice, and remembering that awakening is a lifelong process, not a one-time event. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why were you chosen? What are you supposed to do with this power? Jung believed that individuated people, the awakened ones, have a responsibility to contribute to the collective evolution of consciousness. You're not awakening just for yourself. You're awakening as a cell in the body of humanity. Your specific mission will be unique to you, but all chosen ones share these general purposes. 1. Embody higher consciousness. Live as an example. Your presence alone will shift the frequency around you. 2. Speak your truth. You have insights, perspectives, and wisdom that others need. Share it, write, teach, create, speak. 3. Heal what you've experienced. Your wounds were never random. They prepared you to help others navigate similar darkness. 4. Challenge existing systems. The chosen ones aren't meant to fit into broken systems. They're meant to disrupt and transform them. 5. Hold the vision. When others lose hope, you hold the frequency of what's possible. This is not a small task. You don't need to figure out every detail right now. Just commit to following the thread. Each synchronicity is a breadcrumb leading you toward your purpose. You're not alone in this. All over the world, chosen ones are waking up simultaneously. Jung called this the collective unconscious becoming conscious. Find your tribe. Connect with others who are awakening. Not to create an exclusive club, but to support each other through the intensity of transformation. If you're watching this video, you're already part of a community. Look at the comments. See how many others are experiencing exactly what you're experiencing. That's not coincidence. That's recognition. We are legion, and we're just getting started. You've made it to the end of this journey, but really, you're at the beginning of something far greater. By the time you wake up tomorrow, the integration will have deepened. The power I've helped you activate tonight will have woven itself into your consciousness. You will not be the same person you were an hour ago. Carl Jung spent his entire life studying what you just experienced. He called it the birth of the self, the moment, when your ego surrenders to something greater, and you become who you were always meant to be. But here's what Jung would want you to understand in this final moment. This isn't the end of your awakening. This is the end of your sleep. I'm going to make you a promise right now. If you commit to the practices I've shared, if you stay conscious, if you integrate your shadow, if you follow the synchronicities, if you honor your calling, your life will transform in ways you cannot currently imagine. Not because of magic, not because of wishful thinking, but because you've aligned yourself with the natural flow of psychological and spiritual evolution. Within 30 days, you will notice undeniable changes, opportunities appearing that were previously invisible, relationships that support your growth entering your life, old patterns dissolving with far less struggle than before, increased intuition and decision-making clarity, a sense of purpose becoming clearer and stronger, physical and emotional energy increasing, synchronicities becoming your new normal. Within 90 days, people around you will notice you've changed. They won't know what it is, but they'll feel it. Some will be drawn closer. Others will drift away. Both are blessings. Within 1 year, you will look back at this moment and realize this was when everything shifted. But I need to give you one final warning, and this is crucial. The universe will test you. Jung called these trials of initiation. Within the next few days or weeks, something will happen that challenges everything you've activated tonight. An old pattern will resurface. A person from your past will reappear. A situation will arise that tempts you to fall back into unconscious behavior. This is not punishment. This is confirmation. The universe is asking, are you serious about this? Are you truly committed to staying awake? When this test comes, and it will come, remember this video. Remember what you activated tonight. Remember that you are chosen, and then choose yourself again. Consciously, deliberately, powerfully. That's when you prove to the universe and to yourself that this awakening is real. Before we part ways, I'm giving you one assignment. This is non-negotiable if you want to lock in your transformation. Within the next 24 hours, take one action that your old self would never have taken. Not something reckless, not something that harms you or others, but something that demonstrates to your subconscious that you are genuinely different now. Maybe it's having a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, starting that project you've been putting off, setting a boundary with someone who drains your energy, investing in yourself in a way that scares you, sharing your truth publicly for the first time, forgiving someone, including yourself, applying for that opportunity you think you're not ready for. The specific action doesn't matter. What matters is that you prove to yourself through behavior, not just belief, that you have changed. Jung said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." So do something, today, now. If this video has transformed you, and I know it has, I need you to do something for me. First, comment below right now. Just 3 words, I am chosen. This isn't about me. This is about you making a public declaration. There's power in witnessing yourself. There's power in being witnessed by others. When you write those words, you anchor this activation in physical reality. Second, share this video with one person who needs to hear this message. You know who they are. That friend who's been going through their dark night. That family member who's been searching for answers. That stranger on social media who keeps showing up in your feed. The chosen ones don't hoard light, they spread it. You were led here by someone else's choice to share truth. Now you continue the chain. Third, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Your awakening doesn't end here. I release content designed specifically for the chosen ones. Deeper teachings, advanced activations, community support for your ongoing transformation. You need continued nourishment for this journey. Don't try to do it alone. And now, as we close this sacred time together, I want to leave you with the truth that Jung spent his entire life pointing toward. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are infinite consciousness having a temporary human experience. Everything you think you are, your name, your story, your problems, your past, these are costumes, masks, roles you're playing. But underneath all of it, beyond all of it, prior to all of it, you are eternal. You are boundless. You are divine. The power that activated in you tonight, that's not something I gave you. That's not something you earned or achieved. It's what you are. It always has been. You just forgot for a while. And tonight, you remembered. Welcome home, chosen one. Welcome to your true self. Welcome to the beginning of forever. Before you go, place your hand on your heart one last time. Feel the warmth there, the light. the power. Say this with me out loud if you can. I am awake. I am powerful. I am chosen. My journey has begun, and nothing will stop me from becoming who I truly am. The rare power has hit your spirit. You will wake up different. Not because of what I said, but because of what you activated within yourself. Jung would be proud. I am proud. But most importantly, be proud of yourself. You showed up. You stayed. You opened. You received. Now go forth and embody this truth. The world is waiting for the awakened you. I'll see you in the next video, Chosen One. Until then, stay conscious. Stay powerful. Stay true. This is just the beginning. Text on screen. I am chosen. Comment below. Subscribe for more awakening content. Share with the chosen one who needs this. Follow your synchronicities. The journey continues.